Today we have Andy, and he's getting a medium bald fade with a hard part. Let's go. First thing I want to do an analysis and see exactly what he has going on. I noticed that his hair is growing down but in a forward diagonal, so I'm going to place my comb off the corner of the eye and I'm going to curve it to drop down in the low crown. That's going to be our first baseline that we're going to place in to start our haircut. I'm going with my 0 because this is a bald fade. Making my first guide, I'm curving my clipper just using the corner. As you see me place that first baseline, I'm going to clean up and bald out the bottom. You see how I'm folding down the ear and stretching that skin? I'm using it on the bald setting, 0. Take a look at how we place that weight line. I'm balding out the nape. We're doing the same thing on the right side, working our tool from the corner of the eye with the corner of our tool and dropping down towards the low crown. This is going to be our first baseline for this haircut. When we do a medium bald fade, we want to make sure that we don't go up too high. And you'll see how we stretch it out, but this is the first baseline. Notice how we curve that line and then it drops back down into the crown. Same thing from the front hairline, dropping back down to the low crown. We're going with our 1 guard. Notice how I have that set. And we're going to go slightly higher than we did with our first baseline. You see how my left hand is stretching the skin and has total control as I work my way around? Take a look at that secondary baseline that we've just created. It's slightly higher than that first one. We're going to work our way above that, a little bit higher than that first baseline that we created with our 1 guard, making sure that we create balance on both sides of the head as we work our way to the back. Take a look at it. You see it? We'll go back in and diffuse that. I know there's still a little bit of a line. And we're placing those in so you guys can see how high up we're working. You know, you have to have a roadmap to what you're doing. This way you don't get lost during the fade. I'm placing my 1.5 guard on, and I have it set at 0. We want to go slightly higher than we just did. We're stretching out that blend. Notice the light and dark contrast. It may not look like much at first, but believe me, it all comes together as you go through the haircut. They say progression fade, bald fade, blurry fade. Notice how I'm going in different directions.